And girls, how you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? We back with another video. I told you I was working on stuff to, like, you know what I'm saying, make things look better, make things look cooler. You know, I will be dropping my official bets for UFC Fight Night, Saudi Arabia, Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. Now, some things I gotta explain to y'all because I've never done this on the channel before. First of all, playlist tracking all the casual parlays, so you know we're not cap. This is the casual parlay. We're here for the casual parlay, but now I'm starting to sprinkle, let you guys in on more bets that I'm doing. But I never talk in dollar amounts for two reasons. Why? I don't want you pocket watching. It's not your business. Mind your business. And two, it's harder to track progress that way, track ROI that way, track success that way. And what I mean is, you and me, right? We both bet. You in the card with $500. You won $500. And me, I won $100. Which one sounds more impressive? You or me? You. More money is more impressive. But what if I said I bet $10 and won 100? Meaning I multiplied my money by 10. And you said that you bet $100 and you multiplied your money by 5 to get to your 500. Now, which one is more impressive? From a betting standpoint, which bet is more impressive? Not the dollar amount. Which bet is more impressive? The $10 that won 100 and multiplied itself by 10, or the 100 that won itself 500 and multiplied itself by 5? The answer is the $10 bet, because there's more return on your investment. And that's why we're going to be talking in this thing called units. We have 4 total bets on the board, 3 units in, and if everything goes right, everything hits, which we know how that goes. 6.645 units we'll walk away with, which is 3.645 units of profit. What is a unit? A unit is your comfort number. It's your typical dollar amount spent on an individual bet. Not your max, but not something little. You know, not something that you're super confident in, so I'm going to bet the most I would ever bet. No. Let me ask you a question. You're a Celtics fan. I'm a Lakers fan. We're friends. I want to bet you on the next basketball game. The next time the Lakers and the Celtics play. How much money you want to put on it? Whatever number just came to your head, that's your unit. It's just your typical, don't listen to the bankroll, your typical amount of money you would place on a bet, casually. So, let's get into it. First, let's get into our should-win parlay. This is our should-win parlay. But my should-win parlay isn't that simple. My should-win parlay is I think they're going to win. Gun to the back of my head, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win this fight. I don't bet on people to chase odds. I don't bet on people unless I 100% think this bet is going to cash. If I don't think I'm going to win this bet, I'm not going to place it. I think Mike Davis is going to beat Faris Ziam. And I think Jasmine Jasudavicius is going to beat Mario Bueno Silva. But I'll be ridiculous to act as if it couldn't get a little tricky. That's why I put them both together. 2 people that I think are going to win, but I know it could be a little tricky, and I have respect for their opponent. Mike Davis versus Faris Ziam. I broke down all the fights. Go to the playlist on the channel, UFC Saudi Arabia, Imavov versus Adesanya, to check out the predictions. I broke down every single fight on this card. And this is just a fight where I think Mike Davis is going to be able to match the length of Faris Ziam, and is going to be more physical. He's the more well-rounded fighter. He has wrestling if his striking isn't working out. And by being able to dictate where the fight takes place, I like Mike Davis to edge out this fight. And Jasmine Jasudavicius, I mean, I'm not going to lie, Jasmine Jasudavicius almost made it into the casual parlay. But I was like, you know, maybe I'm just dogging Mario Bueno Silva too much and I'm being harsh. But I just don't think she's good. I think she's dangerous in the first. And after that, she gasses hard. She fades hard. And quite frankly, she's lazy. She doesn't go for it. She don't have a dog in her. Right? If it's not there in her lap or given to her free, she's not going to go take it. You got Jasmine Jasudavicius who's going to come forward, get in Mario's face. Throw the hands with volume. Get in on takedowns. And when Jasmine Jasudavicius gets you on the ground, she's controlling, you're probably not going to get back up, and she's working. Bueno Silva is a jiu-jitsu nerd to where when she's on her back, she's not trying to get to her feet. She's throwing up submissions. And yeah, you could get caught in a submission. Ask Amanda Hebos against Mackenzie Dern. But that's not what you want. That's not what you want to rely on. Throwing up a submission off my back, hoping I can get. No. Jasmine Jasudavicius should come in here. I'm expecting a 30-27 from Jasmine Jasudavicius if Jasmine gets a takedown early in the first round. So that's my should win parlay. 3/4 of a unit. Bring us back 1 3/4 of a unit. Profit 1 unit. We got it at plus 133. Moving on. Underdog plays. I got one underdog play. I put half a unit on it to bring back 1.2 units. In return, a profit of 0.7 units. Adesanya Imavov plus 136. I'm liking Adesanya Imavov the closer and closer the fight gets. Understanding that it's going to be a competitive fight, I only put half a unit on it. But when I look at this fight, I think the division is starting to catch up with Israel Adesanya. While I also think Israel Adesanya is slightly declining. He's not looking as fast. His boxing looked better than DDP. You could tell that he's been training his boxing ever since the Sean Strickland loss. But the speed has declined. And that muscle mass, I think, has something to do with it. The twitch ability has declined. He has to use less kicks in his DDP fight. Also, his ability to counter is just like getting worse and worse. Some people, MMA Shay said, he was never great at countering. I'm not trying to hear that. But it just looks like his instincts, and it sounds crazy, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I think he's declining slightly. I still think he's an elite middleweight in the planet. I still think he's probably a top 5 middleweight. Can Adesanya Imavov prove that he's a top 5 middleweight? We'll see. Moving on. It's time. This is what we all been waiting for. UFC Saudi Arabia. Adesanya versus Imavov. Casual parlay, which is 5-3. We're on a 2-card losing streak, but it's okay. We're looking to get back on track. The casual parlay, it's just one bet. It's a parlay, but it's one bet with the intentions for me to multiply by money by 2 to 3. So for instance, if I bet $5 on the casual parlay, the goal is to walk away with 10 to 15. If I bet $50 on the casual parlay, the goal is to walk away with 100 to 150. This week's, we got a 2-man parlay. At plus 115, we put a unit and a half on it to get 3.23 units out with the profit of 1 3/4 net units. I'm not telling you how much my unit is. My unit is my business. That's why I'm talking about units. But let me explain the casual parlay. We got Michael Venom Page plus 3.5. And we got Muhammad Naimov money line. Let me get to this plus 3.5 bet. Against Shara Bullet. Magomedov. Cam, this is a striker's delight. Cam, somebody can go out at any moment. If somebody goes out, I'm letting you know right now it's Shara Bullet. But Cam, MVP's output is so low. Shara's crazy. He's just going to throw all these attacks. He's just going to come forward. MVP go shut all that shit down. Why? MVP makes guys look like fools on the feet. I don't care how high your output is, how accurate you are with your strikes. He makes people look like fools. In any slight opening, he's taking it. Yeah, he's going to have low output, but every shot he's going to connect, he's not going to connect with every shot, but every shot he throws and connects with, he's going to score. And it's going to get a big ooh and ah from the crowd. It's going to win the judges over. It's going to create big moments. He's going to have big moments in these rounds. Plus 3.5 means he needs to essentially win 1 round on every judge's scorecards. Essentially. Basically means don't get shut out on the scorecards. If he loses a split decision, I win. If he wins straight up, I win. If he loses a 29-28 across the board, I win. Now, if he gets finished, I lose. If he gets shut out 30-27, I lose. But we don't expect that. Why don't we expect that? Let's not look at his Kevin Holland fight. I'm not going to lie. It's not aging well. But just listen. When we look at MVP's game, it's about range. Staying all the way outside of range and blitzing it. Look at Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland has a longer reach than MVP. MVP has a reach of 79 inches. Kevin Holland has an 81-inch reach. And yes, Kevin Holland, the Win is not aging well. I said that. The Win is declining in value. But on the feet, MVP looked much longer, much sharper, and much faster. Kevin Holland couldn't touch him. Kevin Holland literally he couldn't touch him. Give you another example. Ian Gary has 74.5 inches reach against MVP's 79-inch reach. I'm willing to say that was even worse. Ian didn't get embarrassed like Kevin Holland. Ian Gary, though, was frozen on the feet. He was getting caught with right hands that he couldn't even see, that he had to shake off and smile off because he literally couldn't see him. Ian Gary turned into Ian Machado Garamov. You dig what I'm saying? He was frozen. Ian Gary literally threw no strikes. I don't think he landed any strikes on the feet. I'm being sarcastic, but this is what MVP does to guys. Now you got Shara Bullet. Notice what I said. Kevin Holland, 81-inch reach. Ian Gary, 74.5-inch reach. Shara Bullet has a 73-inch reach. He's cooked. And what are you going to say? Oh, Cam, he majority kicks anyway. He wants to kick at range. He wants to use his kicks as jabs. He wants to use his side kicks and his teeth kicks. MVP has a longer leg reach as well, by a half an inch. But that's huge. That means I'm staying all the way out, 6 inches out. Pause. This is pause. But I'm 6 inches out. I'm blitzing you with my jab. I'm blitzing you with my right hand, and you can't even touch me. And if you do want to touch me, you're going to have to overextend. Or you're going to have to make a big movement. And the way MVP covers distance so fast, with that wide stance, he's here and here in no time. The way he counters, he's a guy who doesn't need high output. He does not need high output to be the striker. He's going to freeze Shara Bullet on the feet. This is what I truly believe. I think he's going to win the fight straight up. But all I need him to do is win a round. Now we got Muhammad Naimov. Muhammad Naimov, I ain't going to lie. He's fighting a punching bag in Khan awfully. Respectfully. And, Muhammad Naimov, he got that little dirty background. He'll fight for your money. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But in all seriousness, Khan awfully literally comes forward, eats punches, and hopes to get a hold of your body and drag you to the ground. That just ain't going to work. That's not UFC level. You can't come forward, just eat punches with no striking defense whatsoever, and then fail takedowns. Like, you're not even getting takedowns. You're hoping and praying to get them. His UFC debut in the Ultimate Fighter finale, it was pretty embarrassing. Muhammad Naimov is better everywhere. He's also 2 inches bigger. Pause. This is so pause. This is strategically a fight to get Muhammad Naimov back on track. This should not be a sweat for Muhammad Naimov. Go win a fight. Go ahead. Now, we do have some props. I parlayed them. I put a quarter of a unit on it to bring back roughly half a unit. Got a parlay placed at minus 108. Profit of roughly a quarter unit. Sergey Pavlovich, decision, no action. Finish only. What is that? That means if the fight goes to a decision, no matter who wins, I get a full refund of that bet. Or since this is a parlay, that's voided. The cash out will be adjusted, but that's voided. But if Sergey Pavlovich KOs Jairzinho Rosa strike, I win. Or submits him, but come on, it's going to be a KO. Basically, it's me betting Sergey Pavlovich to get a KO. But if it goes to a decision and he doesn't get a KO, I'll get a refund instead of not winning the bet. That was like minus 4 something. So, got better odds by adding over 1.5 rounds on Shamil Ghazi versus Tom Peterson. Why? If you watch my breakdown video, you know I'm not very high on Shamil the Blob Ghazi at all. When I say the Blob, I'm not trying to make a meme. I'm not trying to joke. I think he's a Blob. I think he's bad at fighting. Okay? Thomas Peterson's nothing to rave about, but he's a guy who's actually competent and able to defend himself in the octagon and pose a threat. Give Shamil something to worry about. Get in Shamil's face. Whenever you get close and Shamil tries to do that weak-ass clinch, people act like he's just a striker. Now he comes with that weak-ass clinch too. Thomas, show him that you're strong as well. Show him that you're the actual wrestler. Show him that you're actually the better wrestler. And I don't think Shamil's that athletic either. I really want to see. I think Thomas Peterson can get a takedown on Shamil Gaziev. And if he gets a takedown, Shamil guys even in the first round. Because Shamil gas tank, halfway in that first round, against Dontel Mays. Come on, coming into the second round against Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays is horrible. With all due respect, he's not that. Come on, you were gassed. And then in that fight, you had to lay and pray and do just enough so the ref ain't stand you up. I think Thomas Peterson could win this fight. I don't think Shamil's this finisher that his resume shows. I don't think he's that good. So I think this fight is going to actually be pretty competitive. I think it's going to be boring, but pretty competitive. I can see a lot of it taking place on the ground. Thomas Peterson is pretty durable. Big guy. Poses some threats of his own and won't just be reacting. So I think this fight, over 1.5, pretty safe. And yep, that's all for the bets. Now please know. I'm saying this is for entertainment. I'm saying wink wink about the GTRP. But this is for entertainment purposes only. This video is not intended to be taken as a recommendation to gamble. Okay? Keynotes, casual parlay. We lost 2 in a row. It's time to get back on the winning streak. And this will be the first ever should win parlay. I don't know if I should track that yet, but we're going to see. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody. I know they'll enjoy it just like you did. What plays y'all got in the comments? Let me know. What y'all rocking with? What's y'all favorite play? What's your favorite prop? What's your favorite underdog? What's your favorite? I don't know. Like, I was share this with somebody, man. Get up out of here, man. You ain't got to go home. Just got to get out of here, man. Yeah.